Hey, my friends. Welcome to the Dallas Daily Show, coming at you from the Neighborhood Loans studio here in St. Louis, Missouri. Today's topic is violent food poisoning. Let's get into the conversation. All right, last week, I had some bad ham. I know that sounds like the start of a great joke, but I can guarantee you on Saturday night, last Saturday night, pre-Super Bowl and all of that, last Saturday night, this bad ham, I was like, I'm not feeling so good. Couple hours later, not feeling so good. And then it hit. Bad ham became green eggs and ham everywhere. I don't know. I could not say bad ham without a Dr. Seuss reference, Taylor. Very sorry for that. She's like, don't bring me into this one today. If you didn't hear yesterday's episode, she's got a mic. At least, Taylor, just say hello.
I'm here.
She's here. That's it. That's all we need to know. I'm so excited. 67 episodes. Taylor's on the mic. So I got this violent food poisoning, and it blew me up, literally blew me up. I was super bloated and inflamed, and oh my gosh, everything was hurting. I was achy. I ended up getting a fever from it. It was 2 days of vomit and everything else that occurs with bad food poisoning. I don't know if you've ever had food poisoning, folks, but if you haven't, I would not wish it on anyone. I have not felt this sick in 15 plus years. I mean, it has been a long time, pre-babies, that I felt this bad. And no, I wasn't the pregnant one. My wife was. I felt like I should clarify that. But I didn't think about it at the time that it was bad ham that I was eating. It was one of those, I was just slicing up two little pieces left over to throw them in some eggs for lunch. That was it. I was eating a late lunch, getting ready to go into one of the Joel Staley fasts. And I was like, all right, which P.S., total aside really quickly. If you ever want a great fast where you lose some weight quickly, may I suggest 72 hours no food along with vomiting and all the other stuff of food poisoning. It's a great way to fast. You don't even want the food. Right. So anyway, I sliced up some ham, was doing my final lunch here, eggs, onions, doing all the stuff. But when I sliced up the ham, I was like, okay, all right, that's probably on its last day. I'm glad I'm getting rid of the last of the ham. This is on its last day. Yeah, it was definitely past the last day. But I didn't know it at the time because it tasted kind of fine. It just smelled a little like, okay, it's a little strong. It's a little pungent. Obviously bad in, really bad out. And I began to think of, there's that old thing in CRMs and in data and in business, bad data in, bad data out, right? If you had bad data in your CRMs, like if you don't have the right phone numbers, you're not going to get a hold of the right people. And then also I began to think of the way our minds work, bad data in, bad data out. If I'm continuing to consume the rot, you know where I'm going with this. If I'm continuing to consume the rot, there's a really good chance that that's going to vomit out of me in anger, ragefully so, on the other end of it. And I just began to think of all the stuff I'm seeing socially. And I want to really quickly acknowledge there are people in pain. There are people in actual fear. There are people that are hurting. There are people who did support Trump, who didn't support Trump. There are people who voted for the right. There are people who voted for the left. I'm not talking about any of that. And I don't care what your politics are, right? I don't care if you're right or left, if you're liberal or conservative, if you consider yourself progressive. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is we're feeding on the rot that the media is giving us. And we always got to understand whenever we're consuming anything, and I know I don't get political, guys. I know this isn't the normal thing. I want you to be careful of what you're consuming. And the way you're going to know is what's coming out of you. Is it vile? Is it bile? Oh, a V and a B, and is it something that gets you riled? Uh-oh. Taylor, I'm coming up with rhymes now. Is it taking you more than a mile? I should probably stop, shouldn't I? Okay, I'm going to stop. You guys know what I'm saying. Now she's just laughing at me. Bad data in, bad data out. Bad mind in, bad thoughts out. Bad emotions. I'm simply asking you to consider, what are you consuming the most of? Do you need to take some time away from Facebook? I've gotten off of Facebook largely right now. Because I know my thoughts and I'm not going to change your thoughts and I don't want to argue about it. And I definitely don't want to hear you spewing bile against half of my friends while the other half sit on that side or vice versa. I don't care. And I know some of you might be like, Dallas, why are you even treading in this water? I think it's important to know that we live on frequencies, and those frequencies are causing us to get realities that we may or may not find subpar. So I want to continue to just encourage you, meaning take courage to turn off the things that are making you sick and are making you negative and are making your vibration low and are keeping you locked in the loops of beliefs and behaviors that would seek to actually villainize 50% of the world, of your neighbors on either side of the aisle. If you're villainizing people, then it means that you're consuming the wrong stuff. We should love our neighbors. We should care for our neighbors. We should talk to our neighbors. We should connect with and be, but it's not because we need more friends. It's because we're simply a better person than that. So I'm encouraging you, my friend, don't have food poisoning, vicious food poisoning from what the media is serving you up. Choose the healthier way. Choose the healthier vibration. That's it. That's all I got for you on today's Dallas Daily. Join us tomorrow for the Mind Shift episode. Again, politics aside, I want you to be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically healthy. All right? So go out there, my friends. Have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to DallasDailyShow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.